How does one explain everything? Well, you begin as an amoeba and quickly progress into a snow leopard, and it's here where things start to progressively become insane. First of all, everything in the game can be played and they each have a calling. For a snow leopard or any other type of animal, that's fitting, but when it comes to houses and rocks, well, then you're getting into crazy town. Communicating doesn't do much, but sometimes objects in the game will have white or rainbow bubbles above them. The white clouds range from advice to nonsensical observations. The rainbow messages are audio logs taken from the philosopher Alan Watts in a series of talks he gave throughout his life in the 60s and 70s. Who are we? What is a thing? How does one define living? Notions like this are interesting to ponder, but when you're a frog flying through space, it seems contradictive. Still, this isn't a game about him, so that's just a minor bump. Getting back to gameplay, you can also group up with other animals or objects. Again, going back to the snow leopard, you can run around in packs. Later on, you can actually group with categories not just of your same species. So bears could join the snow leopard along with llamas, goats, and so forth. It's funnier to watch a horde of houses travel through the great wilds though, and that's pretty much what everything is trying to communicate. It's a game without much for goals and is more about creating your own experiences and enjoyment from the bizarreness of your tinkering. Perhaps the easiest way to categorize everything is to liken it to Goat Simulator and No Man's Sky. Goat Simulator really has no point to it either, and as for No Man's Sky, well, I feel the procedurally generated areas and exploring of species is better in this game. True, there's more of a sense of progression in No Man's Sky, technically, but a lot of those mechanics get in the way of exploring. My mission in everything was an endless loop of going into space, finding a new planet, delving onto the surface, looking for plants and animals, and then repeating that process in the hopes of discovering something wackier than the last excavation. That was my desire in play, at least. While I did enjoy my time with everything, it was fleeting. You can pretty much see the game's mechanics presented to you in the first couple hours. It's fun to mess around with, and perhaps accompanied by friends, it can be a blast for an obscure party game, but admittedly, it's not for everybody. That said, it's hard to score. On one hand, there's not much to it, but at a maximum cost of $15, I don't think the money is an issue. It's like buying a ticket to a bizarre indie movie where anything is playable, to the specks of an atom to the vastness of the sun. There is value in everything, but you have to know what you're getting yourself into, and I hope I at least did a moderate job of conveying that. Sometimes it takes more than words, so be thankful this is a video review as well. Did you know that was a ReActionExaminer video? If you liked it, you should subscribe to me to keep up with everything that I'm doing. Also, if you have some other interests, like sex for example, check out Tomups, which is a comedy sex podcast thing wherein my best friend and I check out the weird and abnormal and the erotic. And of course, you should support me on Patreon because, hey, I want to make the channel better and I want your help to do so. Plus, if you want to check out my writing, check out Game Jerk, where I have archives and new stuff for all projects, okay? You can find all the stuff and more in the description with the links below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.